Alright, what's up guys? I told you I was going to drop a review on this, and here it is. So, before I put this out there, I'm a huge fan of the series. I think y'all know that. You know, I love drawing dinosaurs and all that stuff, but here is my opinion or like take on the movie. I'm going to start off with the good parts first, like what I liked about it the best. And after we're gonna go into what I disliked or what I could think better. Alright, going off first, I think the best thing about this movie is definitely like the cinematography. Like it was beautiful. Like when you look at this movie, out of all the movies, this movie looked the best. It looked the most beautiful. All the scenes were gorgeous. It was it was just beautiful to look at. Now, what else did I like? I think the dinosaur designs in this movie were also like really well. The T-Rex design is low-key my fave. The D-Rex, I thought it was cool. It was like freaky and stuff. So it was a cool looking design. Um, the Mutadons, they were cool. They were cool, but the T-Rex design, in my opinion, was my favorite. I'd say what I like to see. I like the Mosasaur, the Spinosaurs. They were cool. I'm gonna go more into what I disliked about that though. Like about that scene. No, not the designs or like I thought it was cool and stuff, but yeah, I'd say arguably one of the most breathtaking scenes in the entire movie that I really liked a lot was, and I know y'all will agree, the Titanosaur scene. That was beautiful. It was like angelic in a way, like the scene, the music, looking up the beauty. It was nice. I like that. So that's kind of I say like the first stuff I'm really talking about. Now we're back. All right, next part. What is also better about this movie? It's better than Dominion. Y'all, it is better than Dominion. I don't care, bro. It is better than Dominion. It is better. It is better. That is what I was hoping for, and it was better than Dominion. Dominion, worse than the whole series, whole franchise, and I'll stand on that. All right, now let's dive into what I think could have been much better, also known as my disappointments. And I was disappointed with this film. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was okay. I thought it was alright, but at the end of the day, remember, this is my opinion, what I think. But I was disappointed with this. Let's go into some stuff. The whole build up to getting to island that took a lot, low key, but that's moving on. Let's talk about the family. The family who, even though they know it was a no, you can't go there because it was too dangerous that area. They still chose, the father and them still chose. You know, like what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Like what do you think? Then you see the sails of the Spinosaurs in the background, and then you see the Mosa come through. Mosa knocks him over and all. Moza, what are you doing? You knock them over, right? And you see them as a threat, and you just knock them over and like don't do anything. Like you don't. You just sit there like dazed. I'm sorry, but like, bro, the family in this entire movie, I've never seen. You guys can say what you say, but I've never seen such plot armor. Such plot armor. Such plot armor. It's just all the dinosaurs around them just went like they just didn't. They missed every attack. Don't worry, I'm gonna dive into this, but right now we're talking about the Mosasaur scene. So they're in this boat, whatever. It gets flipped. Don't even get me started on the boyfriend. He was a douchebag and he pissed me off. He was so annoying. I know some people, comedic relief. Bro, he was annoying, bro. The boyfriend was so annoying that I deadass at parts just closed my ears. I just couldn't stand him. Like, bro, be quiet. You are so annoying. Nobody wants to hear you. Like, I was like, bro, just be quiet. That part, I like his character deadass irritated me like in the whole film until he just shut up. Oops, I gotta bleep that. Anyways, but yeah, bro, just be quiet. The boyfriend was so irritable. I just couldn't stand him. He was annoying. He was a douchebag. He just, you could take the wheel. You could take the wheel. Like, bro, I can't stand it. Let's talk about the Moza. The Moza knocks them over, sees them, just doesn't proceed to eat them. Like, not even go after them really even more. Just knock them. You see the sponsors in the background too. They see you and they're just swimming, swimming, swimming. But sponsor designs were fire. Like I said, the dinosaur designs were peak. All right. Now, let's dive more into the family. So they get knocked over, then they get saved by the mercenaries and all of them. And now we jump into the scene where time passes, and we're now getting jumped by Moses and Spinosaur. Hey, I wish we see more. That is another thing. Why couldn't we have seen more at the Spinos and the Moza? I mean, yeah, it was a scene stuff. I just kind of wish that the Spinos were used more because they were only used in that film and like not in the film, like in that part. I kind of wish that we saw more of them because another thing that I think is, I know you guys say, oh, you shouldn't have watched the TV spots, bro. The amount of TV spots that were put out with all due, like, come on, there were so many TV spots and stuff, added scenes that I already knew what was gonna happen. Like the whole scenes, especially the river raft scene. We're gonna get into that more, but the whole river raft scene was literally spoiled. Like you saw the whole thing and everything. Like I'm just I just think that they showed too much in all the trailers. Not really, but like the TV spots and they showed a little too much. Come on, we can all agree that they showed too much. Oh, you shouldn't watch it. Sorry, bro. I see Jurassic. I want to click on it. I'm a huge fan. Come on, bro. Like, duh. I just can't resist. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, now let's dive into the boat scene with the Moza and the Spinos. Before we get into the river, into the scene about the Moza, I know we just talked about a little. One thing I did like the intro. I'm not gonna lie, the intro with the D-Rex is pretty good. But they could have showed a little more about like the years and stuff. But anyways, like moving on. I liked how the beginning of the movie was. I actually like that. I know we're talking about this point, but I like that. It was good. Okay, and the D-Rex design is good. I like it. So say what y'all want to say. It was a good design. Anyways, now back to the Moses scene. Let's talk about Scarlett Johansson's character when she takes the rifle from Dr. Henry Loomis, right? And she's like, you can't shoot this. What happens when the water splashes? It hits you in the face and you miss. Proceeds, water splashes, hits her in the face, and she whiffs like completely whiffs. How are you gonna talk that and like miss? The thing's right there. I know water hit your face, but you just talked about that. No, all right. Anyways, blah blah. Some people fell off. So other thing is the side characters. Let's be real. We all knew what was gonna happen to the side characters. We knew the side characters were gonna get eaten. Okay, those scenes were cool. I can't lie, the scenes were cool. But we knew the side casts were gonna get eaten. But the main cast were playing like, oh, lipsy lipsy daisies. There's no tension. I'm gonna keep it a buck. There was no tension. Like, I understand some of the scenes were like, oh, I know you guys can say what you want. And you say, okay, like the scenes were cool and stuff. Remember, this is my opinion on the stuff, right? We all can have different opinions and stuff, but this is my thoughts. Love Jurassic, especially JP1 and Jurassic World, my faves. I can't lie. Now, let's talk about it. The thing is, they fell into the water. You have the Spinos stuff. The boat's moving. They're by rocks. The Moza then leaves. They hit the beach. People falling in the water somehow. Blah blah blah. And then, let's moving on. Let's talk when they hit the beach now. They crash to the beach. Now you have a Spino who literally sneaks up and then takes her. We knew that was gonna happen. We knew the side cast was gonna get eviscerated throughout the film, and the bad guy, like the guys go, I'll give you 20 million. Like, we knew they were gonna die. Let's be real. Come on, with all the TV spots and shows. Anyways, but we knew they were going to. Now let's dive into the family because the family. Damn, where's my grammar? The family, bro, was boring. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. The family part was boring. You're the walking through the stuff, right? It's just boring. Like no offense. The scenery beautiful, but like it was boring to watch. Like like there's no tension between in the family scenes because excuse me. None of them was in real danger. Like let's go to the river raft, right? I forgot what came for. I think the river raft, right? Blah blah blah. They get to the river raft. Big T-Rex. Oh my god, his design was peak. My boy looked beautiful, and he was huge. He was big, buffed. Anyways, beautiful design. Mwah, 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 mwah. Right? He pulled a Jason Voorhees. Those bro actually disappeared. Jason Voorhees, if he was reincarnated as a T-Rex. But yeah, he disappeared. He's drinking. She's fiddling to get the stuff. They finally get in. He turns around. He's like, "Oh, hello there." He starts walking. Doom, 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 doom. Over to them. While they're right. They get to the water. Not get to the water in the water, but you know what I mean. They get to the deep water. He's swimming like a fish. A W because the raft scene in the original book was peak. Happily, at least we got that movie. Sorry if I'm being loud or speaking fast, but that's how I am. Now let's talk about it. They get to that. The family is never in danger, bro. Never. You have a T-Rex who misses every bite. He's huge. He's like the strongest T-Rex like we've seen, the bulkiest one. He misses every bite. The father has a messed up leg throughout the whole film. And the T-Rex is like still missing when he's climbing at him in the water, like nom 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 nom. Still misses. They get behind the rocks, right? The girl is under the raft, and the T-Rex still can't get her. Like I'm just saying, like when I was watching this, bro, especially with the family and the main cast, I wasn't saying like, ooh, is someone gonna get eaten? No, I wasn't, because they were never in danger. There was no fear factor, and we knew nothing was gonna happen to them. Let's keep it a buck. Like I was saying, bro. But there's one thing that I really just was really disappointed. There was no tension. There was no tension in the scenes, especially with the family, because none of them ever got eaten. You knew they weren't going to get eaten. You could feel it. You just knew they weren't. because you also saw in the trailer, so you knew nothing was gonna happen to them because on the trailer showed a lot and all the TV stuff. You knew nothing was gonna happen to them, so you're just sitting there like, oh wow, well, oh the T-Rex, oh he misses every bite. He walks at 5. He's walking slowest speed possible. He's staring at you. He just wants to look at you, and he's like, missing every bite, whatever. Stop it, bro. Stop, bro. The thing is, what I've really seen in this film, damn, bro, W grammar, is that they are too scared to ever kill off any of the main cast. Like, what I mean the main cast is like, the main characters, the main mercenaries, like the doctor, the evil guy at the end. We all knew the evil guy was dying at the end. Let's be real. We knew the D-Rex was gonna gobble him up, and it did. But the mercenary, Duncan, Scarlett Johansson's character, and the doctor, and we knew the family wasn't gonna either. We knew the family wasn't, even though we knew that they should have been scenes. They should have been gone. Let's be real. They should have. But plot armor is there to save the day. Plot armor of doom, plot armor of death. Like, the family scenes were boring, and there was no tension. The river scene, it was cool. It was cool because it was finally cool to see something for the novel. But it was also boring because we knew none of them was gonna die. It was just T-Rex there, just la 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 la, and missed every bite. Okay, now let's moving on. When they're in the forest, when they're still going to the forest, and I want to put this out there. It hurts, bro. But you should not even show the Raptors. Like, I'm keeping a buck. There should have been no advertisements on the Raptors. You shouldn't. They were there for like 10, 15 seconds. Like 15 seconds. In the dark. You can even like fully see them. You see them sneaky up, like, and then muted on while the boyfriend's peeing, like scared as hell. Which plot armor saved him again. Because you have the Raptors who are about to get him. He should have been gone. But the Mutadon just comes flying down and takes on both Raptors and just destroys them like ragdolls. No, the Raptors shouldn't even been in the movie. I'm keeping it a buck. They were there for like 15, 20 seconds and just get absolutely eviscerated to show the Mutadon's like some bigger, scary thing. Bro, you didn't even need the Raptors. Like plot armor saved the boyfriend again, and it just eviscerated the poor Raptors. Which the poor things are. The design when we saw the ads, they looked fire. JP3, mwah. But no, they just got eviscerated. Like, you really gonna do that and then like hype them up and they're just gonna get eviscerated in like 20 seconds, not even? Like 2 of them? And you can't even see them fully properly? And just get eviscerated? Really? Are we serious? Like, the poor thing, like, the boyfriend should have been done. Like, he was a douchebag, bro. I hated him. He was literally my least favorite part of the film. My grammar right there was horrendous. Forgive me. But he should have been gone. And the family the family too, like, the plot armor for them was insane, and just watching them get to the stuff was boring. Now, let's talk about the final day of reckoning. When we're at the lab, and we're finally see the 2 Mutadons jumping like, the evil guy who's like the pharmaceuticist has the stuff. We knew he was dying. We all knew he was gonna die. He took also forever to get to the dock, but moving on from that. But yeah, never mind. Let's go back to something. I forgot about something. After the Titanosaur scene with the Quets, I'm not gonna lie, when the guy crawled up and we found him in the Quetz's mouth, that was cool. I did not expect that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect that. For once, I didn't expect that. But I did expect him dying because he was like the side cast. He wasn't like a main character, but but anyways, yeah, they're just way too scared to kill off any of the main cast with the family and the main mercenaries and the doctor. Now, the Quetz scene was cool, and I forgot the little thing's name, the little green thing. That thing was fire to be in the film. I forgot his name. I know that thing though. It was cool that they added that. And the other creatures I got glimpses, like, you didn't have to make a thing. It was just there in the background, and that like snake thing. It was cool. I like that they did that. Anyways, the Quetz was cool. I like the design on the Quetz. Now moving on from that, but that was a cool scene. Let us go to the final day of reckoning with the D-Rex. Now we have the Mutadons chasing them and stuff. Blah blah blah. Okay. And when the D-Rex appeared, G14 vibes. Gareth Edwards, look, showing the scale and like the horror parts of it was cool. I like that with D-Rex, especially when the chopper and he's like chewing on that thing like a dog. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was cool. I like that. That was good. I like that part. But he was slow. And the thing that also is, I wish we got to see more of him, or whatever the thing is. I wish we got to see more of the D-Rex. I just wish we saw more of it in general. It was cool seeing the beginning because I really liked how they introduced the movie with that. But I can't believe how it broke out, bro. But, well, not broke out, but like, how the whole facility went down just because of a little like thing. But moving on, I like the D-Rex design. I thought it was cool, and when it destroyed the chopper, it was cool. But Yeah. Now let's get it when we're getting closer to the dock. Because moving on from the lab stuff. Anyways, now let's get when they're closer to the dock. There's one thing that I did dislike, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I really dislike about the ending. Is we knew the D-Rex is gonna be slow. We knew it wasn't gonna be fast. And I'm gonna say this out there, bro. No dinosaur in the franchise is beating that thing one on one. Indy the Indominus is not, bro. Indominus is not being that one. Even that big Rex. But no, no big carnivore theropod that we've seen before is beating that thing one on one. Stop it. Stop the cap. Stop it. Oh, it's feetless. Stop it, bro. Stop. I'm done with this. None. Now, let's talk about basically the final scene. When Duncan, with the flare, runs away because he wants to, because the thing's attracted to light, and we saw that. The thing's attracted to light, so he grabs his flare, Ian Malcolm. But instead of, he holds it. Look, maybe he should have thrown it away, but moving on. He throws it, he doesn't throw it. He walks, the thing roars at him. And then we see him get back, and we see the flare drop. It goes quiet, the light disappears, and we see them on the boat. We see the D-Rex come back around. Slow as hell. We knew it, but anyways. Now, we're on the boat. They're driving off. And what do we hear and see? A flare. A flare. I wonder who it is. Duncan. Duncan made it out unscathed. Like, bro, are you, like, with all, like, you know what that does? That just takes away from the whole sacrificial part. He was sacrificing himself, right? Sacrificing himself. So then, I guess they could get away, right? Because he held the flare and stuff, but anyways. He sacrificed himself, and we thought he was fully gone. No! He just reappears. Safe. He just swam. He just swam, and now he's safe. Bro, with all due respect, he should have been dead. He should have been dead. Why? Because it's a sacrifice. He's sacrificing himself. Sacrifice to this way. You know, I mean, yes, it's sad, but like, bro, he sacrificed himself. So then, oh wait, but no, it just takes away from the whole thing, bro. It's like, okay, oh, he's sacrificing himself. Okay, you know. He said, I'm not gonna let anyone hurt you and stuff, like to the daughter with the kids, but sacrifice himself. But he didn't really sacrifice himself. You know, that just takes away from the whole thing. Like I said, they were too scared to kill off any of the main cast, which that destroys any tension or like any fear scenes, like with the Moza and the Spinos. I mean, yes, people did die, but it was the side cast, none of the family. None of the family ever, even when the family was in these crazy situations where they should have been cooked. No, they were fine. They were fine. They were safe. They had like a barrier, invisible barrier around them, where the dinosaurs just had to act stupid and they couldn't get them. They always had to miss every single bite or whatever. But yeah, is what it is. That's really my thoughts. I liked some parts of it, like I said, and there are parts that I was very disappointed in. But it was okay film. It was definitely better than Dominion, and I will say that with that. It is better than Dominion. So that's really my thoughts on it. I still thought it was okay. I guess this is repetitive what I was gonna say, but I think it could have been better. We knew what the plot was gonna be because of how much stuff they showed us in the TV stuff and the trailers. But I mean, yeah, the story could have been better. A lot of stuff could have been changed, taken out, whatever. Could have added tension and like actually scariness. Or you're like, ooh, what's gonna happen in like the scary scenes? But at the end of the day, there's none because they're too scared to ever kill off any of the main cast. So it's that. But I mean, yeah, you want, oh my god, my favorite, you know, the good people. You don't want them to die, but bro, come on now. Like it had like for better story and stuff. Yeah, it's sad, but like if you want tension and you actually want to be like really in the scene, you need it. But I mean, yeah, I thought parts were good. Thought parts were disappointed. Better than Dominion. I know I just said this like 30 seconds ago, but I'm gonna say it again. It's better than Dominion. And I really just wish that they changed some stuff around, and I just wish we saw more of the D-Rex. I know it's like, I mean, it just wanders out the lab and stuff. I wish we saw more of the Spinos. Wish we saw more of the T-Rex, or at least the T-Rex did more than just being there, just to act scary. Beautiful design though. Mwah. And D-Rex too. Kind of wish we saw a little more of it. But ending, at least one good thing is the ending's very open. They can do, depending on how this film does, they can go a lot of places with it. And I don't just want it to be where it's like producing slop just to make a lot of money. Like I want a good film. Come on, bro. Please give us a good film. I need, look, I literally got the figures in the back. I got my T-Rex, I got the Spinal, I got the Giga. Please Please, please, please. I love, bro. I'm a big fan and stuff, and I just want to see it like to its full great potential. Like, but like you know what they could maybe do is the virus in the second book or something like that. Introduce that possibly. Who knows? They could take it a lot of places, but yeah, I hope they do. And that's really my thoughts. If you guys agree with me on some things or disagree with me, or what do you like and dislike, please leave it in the comment. I will respond and stuff. And yeah, that's just really. I think that's all my takes on the movie. I may have forgot something because this is literally the next day. I saw the movie at night last night, so I may have forgot something. But yeah, it's really my thoughts. The boyfriend pissed me off though. He pissed me off. Made me angry, deadass. Oh my god. I was praying on his downfall, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, if any of the family should have got cooked, him, bro. Oh my god, he was so. I know they're trying to be like some comedy relief, but bro, he was so annoying. He was so annoying in the film. But yeah, anyways, that's what my last thing. It was better than Dominion. That's what I was hoping for, and I got. But cinematography, beautiful, amazing. Gareth Edwards, beautiful cinematography and stuff. And yeah, that's my thoughts. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, and peace. Love y'all.